I'm Amber.
I'm Ephraim. And we are the Blondies. We are opening this episode with talking about our anagrams. Goodness, that is such a weird name for it.
I mean,
it's
not. Enneagrams.
Yes, we all we're all taking the test. Well, technically, we already have
an Enneagram personality test.
Yeah, we've already taken the test, but we're gonna ask each other some questions, and then we'll reveal our personality types. If you want to pause the video right now, I would encourage you guys to leave your guesses for which ones we are, which is our primary.
So there's eight possibilities, right? I think nine possibilities.
Yep.
And we've already taken it, so we already know, but we thought it would be fun to kind of go through it again, answer some of the questions, and go from there. So
yeah. So if you wanna take your guesses as to if you know what the Enneagrams are, if you want to take your guesses as to what each of us are, I'll give you a little spoiler right now. Amber's and I's primary are the same. So.
And I guessed what Ephraim's primary was going to be before he even got his results. Actually, his top two, I guessed what they were.
So we know each other pretty well, all things considered, in my opinion.
Honestly, I didn't guess what yours was going to be, honestly. I was a little bit surprised that our primary was the same.
Yeah, and then our secondary is very different, in my opinion. So,
very different.
Yeah. So that makes more sense. So,
it is the most accurate personality test I feel like I have ever taken. Well, I mean, I guess that other one, the FNJP, I don't know what that one's called. That one was pretty accurate too, from what I remember. But this one was really accurate too. I think those two are the most accurate personality tests I've ever taken.
Yeah, I took one for psychology that I thought was extremely accurate. But other than that, this one's pretty good. I thought it was overrated when it was coming out, though. So.
All right, Ephraim. Let's get to it.
You got the first question.
So, like we said, we've already taken the test, but it might be fun to go through so you can see some of our answers. The way this works is it gives you a statement, and then you say if it accurately or inaccurately describes you on a 5-point scale. So the middle would be neutral, somewhat accurate, extremely accurate, and then somewhat inaccurate, extremely inaccurate.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Right.
So
I'll just go with the first one. The first one right off the bat is I strive for perfection.
Nope. I don't. I'll just say that.
Are you somewhat inaccurate or extremely inaccurate?
I would say somewhat inaccurate to neutral. I ended up answering somewhat inaccurate, though.
What about you?
Somewhat accurate.
Somewhat accurate?
Yeah, I can see it.
Mine was extremely accurate. That is 100% mine. I guess I've got to go through this while we're doing it, eh? And then... let's see. It is important to me that other people like me.
Extremely accurate.
Accurate.
So, inaccurate. Yeah.
That surprises me.
Yeah. I mean, I think I ended up actually answering that neutral because it depends on the situation, but I find myself more times than not really... I don't know. When I answer it like that, I kind of feel like I come off as a jerk.
Yeah, that's true.
But if I'm being truthful about my personality, it's not really important that people like me.
Yeah, yeah.
So, this is actually a little bit more harder. This is why I wanted Ephraim to have the next page pulled up, but we'll see.
He's not got it.
I feel my emotions very deeply.
This is yours first, TJ.
No, you go ahead and answer first, Steph.
Extremely inaccurate.
Extremely inaccurate.
I would have thought it would have at least been neutral, but mine's extremely accurate. I would say I definitely focus on my emotions a lot.
I only put inaccurate. I make more significant contributions than the average person.
Inaccurate.
Somewhat accurate.
Inaccurate for me.
Yep.
Why did you pull a tweet down?
I was trying to see what it says. It was talking about Final Fantasy Remake Part 2.
Oh, yeah, that just dropped. This one's gonna be boring if y'all don't help me out with this.
Yeah,
I am
Ephraim's not
prepared
got
for
his pulled
any
up.
disaster. I am prepared for any disaster.
Inaccurate. I sit there and I whenever no matter the circumstance, I am never ready for any situation completely.
Ephraim?
Hold on. Okay, it was I'm prepared for any disaster.
Yeah.
Yes.
Inaccurate.
Me too.
Yep. I think that we're all right there in the camp. We have
Ooh,
our
here's a good
necessary
one.
precautions.
This one's a good one to throw out there. I think deeply about things.
Accurate.
Somewhat accurate.
I would put somewhat accurate for me too.
Okay, I seek out experiences that I know will make me happy or excited.
Extremely accurate.
Somewhat accurate.
That kind of confuses me, TJ.
Really?
Yeah, because you hate roller coaster rides.
That doesn't make them
That
happy
doesn't.
though.
That doesn't.
I mean, I think it depends on what makes them happy.
roller coaster. I like roller coaster rides.
You know what? I'm just gonna go through and answer one question, everything
Okay.
the same way.
I see the positive in every situation.
That is an inaccurate statement for me.
Yes.
Almost
Somewhat
borderline,
inaccurate.
almost borderline, extremely inaccurate for me. I am
Yeah.
like
I
probably
am
the most.
I'm somewhat accurate in that.
I would say Amber and I are both pessimists. Or,
I can-
I would say we're more realists. I don't know.
Pessimist. I can guess both of your answers for this.
Okay.
I am not afraid to tell someone when I think they're wrong.
So what would you say?
Extremely accurate for both of you.
Neutral.
That's a lie,
It's an
TJ.
extremely accurate for me. I did answer that one honestly. It's extremely accurate. So, I don't fit in with ordinary people.
Extremely accurate. I would say I think that should be extremely
Somewhat.
accurate for all of us, but
Somewhat accurate.
I was gonna say somewhat accurate for Ephraim, if not neutral.
fair enough.
Let's see. I always finish my chores.
Inaccurate. I'll be honest. I
I'm
will be the first one to be honest.
I'm somewhat accurate on that.
Okay, I'll be really honest with y'all. It is completely inaccurate for me. Like, I'm not even gonna lie and say it's somewhat inaccurate. No.
I'm not even lying.
No.
I'm the only one that my parents
I think that
yell
you
at.
are.
You need to be quiet. I'm the only one that my parents yell at about getting chores done. TJ sits in his room all day doing
This is
School.
not true.
doing
This is
school.
fake news. Fake
I don't
news.
think it is. I think it's
This
pretty
is fake
honest.
news.
There is rarely a good reason for changing how things are done.
That is
Pretty inaccurate. I mean, pretty accurate.
somewhat accurate.
I wouldn't
I-
say extremely accurate,
I
but I would
feel
say pretty accurate.
I feel somewhat accurate on that.
Yeah.
Accurate to neutral because it really depends on the situation. I feel like
Agreed.
some of these
Agreed.
things are hard to answer because it depends on the situation.
Agreed.
Like when you're going through this and it asks about rules, I'm a stickler for rules. And let me tell you, there should be no reason why rules of a game should be changed. There should be no reason why rules just in general are changed. So like
unless they are extremely outdated.
when it asks about rules, like that was, rules shouldn't be changed. That's an extreme yes statement for me, accurate statement for me. But when it's asking about, should things, is there a reason that things should change? It depends on the situation.
Agreed. Yeah.
All right.
So
I have a question.
Yeah.
I like to feel that I am an important person in my social group.
Inaccurate.
somewhat accurate to neutral. I fall right in between there.
When I
I
say
am-
inaccurate, I'm thinking like the first level, not like the extreme. Okay, what was yours, Ephraim?
I think it's extremely inaccurate.
For you,
For
I
me.
can see that.
I check carefully for mistakes and errors. Who can guess this one about me? Like, wait, who can guess this one about me?
No,
I'm
you
gonna
said that.
say-
Hold on.
I'm gonna wager to say somewhat accurate.
I would say extremely inaccurate because you're a procrastinator.
Oh, that would be like the number one accuracy, one of my biggest accuracies.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, that's why it makes design so hard. Because I'm like a
You're the
nitpicker with
perfect
everything.
perfectionist, yeah.
So what about you guys though?
For me,
Check carefully for mistakes and errors.
somewhat accurate, especially as I'm getting into my field with coding and everything like that. I go back and make sure.
Somewhat inaccurate.
Somewhat inaccurate.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, no, TJ, with coding, it just tells you what it's wrong, and then you go and fix it.
Not true. Not true.
Okay.
There's more to it than you think.
Okay, whatever you say.
I like to analyze things from every angle.
Inaccurate. Extremely inaccurate.
Somewhat inaccurate. I would say I look at things and try and solve them from head on.
Somewhat accurate.
I go along with what other people want.
Inaccurate.
Inaccurate.
TJ, that is definitely accurate
I was
for
gonna
you.
say that.
Whenever
that
we're
seems
at-
a little bit more.
Whenever
accurate
we're at
for you.
Mackenzie's parties, you're like, yeah, okay, I'll do that. When you don't really want to do it.
When I don't see, you just contradicted yourself.
No,
Yes,
because you're
you
going
do.
along with people. That's not contradicting.
That's I say I'll do it and then I don't do it.
No.
Okay.
You say you will do it when you don't want to do it.
Okay.
Okay, whatever you say. But I know I'm truthful.
All right, here's a good one. I spend time trying to discover and correct my faults and weaknesses.
Somewhat accurate.
I'd say neutral.
Yeah, I fall somewhere in between the two of you because I had a hard time answering that one. I think I ended up answering it somewhat accurate, but it was really close.
Yeah, I feel like most of mine were actually neutral. I put 2 strongly
That-
agrees and 2 strongly disagrees. I think that was it
Ooh.
throughout the whole test.
I had
I-
a lot
you're
of
like
strong
Aaron
agrees
Burr.
and disagrees. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to describe TJ. That's a very good way to describe TJ. Actually,
Or we can
Talk less,
wait. We can cut it right.
smile more.
We can cut it right here. You're also like Joe Biden.
Oh my word, Ephraim. We're just gonna bleep that out so you didn't hear that.
I said we can cut this part out.
No, I'm just gonna bleep that part out. Oh my word, that is. I don't know that I disagree with that either. Sadly enough, I don't know that I disagree with that.
I seek out relationships that offer me some type of protection.
somewhat agree.
Yeah, strongly agree.
Average people often find me a bit weird.
Strongly agree.
I am extremely inaccurate on that
Really, Ephraim? No.
Really?
No, that would be one
Ephraim
that I
tries
would
to fit
say.
into his social groups, though. We don't. That's why Ephraim is so different than us.
Fair enough.
one. I am a natural caretaker.
Mm-mm. That one's actually extremely
Somewhat
inaccurate.
disagree. Yeah, somewhat inaccurate.
If I'm honest, I feel a bit better than other people.
When people are mad at you.
No, it's not just mad at you.
Just in general.
In general, if I'm honest, I feel that people are a bit better. I feel I am a bit better than other people. It's a question. It's one of those statements. Is that accurate? Inaccurate?
Yeah.
Neutral.
Neutral.
Nobody's gonna answer that one. Ephraim.
Neutral.
I am-
Neutral.
Ephraim, you've got to answer it now. I've asked the question.
Okay, wait,
Yeah,
what
you
was the
do.
question?
You gotta
If
answer.
I would-
I'm honest, I feel that I'm a bit better than other people.
Somewhat accurate.
Oh my word.
I fall somewhere between somewhat accurate and extremely inaccurate, and I don't like that about myself. It's actually really hard to admit some of these things about my
It really
personality.
is, and it's like it's very exposing.
Because
right
I
now.
don't mean to be like ugly about it. I just and you know that comes across in my personality, and it's not a good thing about me.
I
Yep.
want people
Agreed.
to admire me.
Oof.
I don't really care. I feel like neutral. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I think I answer that
Yeah.
neutral.
I would agree. Definitely neutral.
I'm an unusual sort of person.
Strongly agree.
Teach or Ephraim?
Somewhat accurate.
Somewhat accurate.
Hmm.
I take time to understand things more deeply than most people do.
Inaccurate.
Somewhat accurate to neutral.
I put somewhat accurate.
Mr. Burr right here.
Pardon me.
I often
I-
make changes
No,
in my...
I was about to say that
go
one.
ahead. Go.
I
Make it
often make changes in my life when things get boring.
extremely accurate.
Somewhat accurate.
I tend to be more optimistic than most people. Extremely inaccurate.
Extremely inaccurate. Yep.
Somewhat accurate.
It is true though.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I've always liked the dichotomy. Ephraim is definitely Alexander Hamilton.
I would rather follow the group than push for what I want.
Somewhat inaccurate.
So yeah, somewhat inaccurate. Agreed.
I don't believe you, TJ. That's extremely inaccurate.
What?
I make plans for many years into the future.
Strongly accurate.
Okay, both of you answered at the same time. So
Extremely accurate, and he was strongly accurate.
Yeah, extremely accurate. Yep.
So the same.
Yep.
So this is where I differ with you guys.
No.
Yeah.
No, you were planning for you and Rainey to get married the second year that you guys were dating.
That's a little bit different.
There are differences. Ephraim.
That one's a little bit different.
Yeah.
In general, I would say that is somewhat inaccurate of me.
I would see you as more neutral. but
Okay,
fair
then if we're
enough.
not counting that, that's somewhat inaccurate.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, I focus on my responsibilities and duties.
Somewhat accurate.
Neutral.
I would say neutral for me too. All right. I read books that help me be more productive or better at what I do.
Extremely inaccurate.
Somewhat inaccurate. I've been getting more into Dad's audiobook collection now, so I don't know
That's
if you
not
count
reading
that as
books.
reading. Yeah, I don't know if you. I don't know.
I get headaches when I'm reading.
So I'll be honest with you. I would count audiobooks and or YouTube as something in those lines. It's something to better you. And if we're going with that, then I put that as somewhat accurate, but not in like personality wise, in like my design stuff, growing something like that. So I would actually, I guess, answer neutral more because of it depends on the situation again.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So agreed.
I put a lot of pressure on myself to do things right.
Extremely accurate.
Somewhat accurate.
Neutral.
Neutral. I set ambitious goals for myself.
Neutral.
Somewhat accurate.
Like I set ambitious goals for myself, but they last 2 weeks and then they're gone. And then I set more.
I can describe my emotions in a lot of depth and detail.
Exceptionally inaccurate for me.
Somewhat inaccurate, though I am
Extremely inaccurate.
I let other people take the lead.
Extremely inaccurate.
Extremely inaccurate.
Yeah, I'd say extremely inaccurate as well.
I dislike people who disrupt things by breaking the rules.
Extremely accurate.
Somewhat inaccurate.
Extremely accurate. That's what it looked like with the finger pose and everything.
I can't help it. Like, that is one of my biggest pet peeves.
I'd say somewhat accurate.
The traditional way of doing things is the best way. Somewhat accurate.
Yeah, somewhat accurate because there are some things that are just
Somewhat
way outdated.
inaccurate.
Let's do one more question, then we'll talk about each of our Enneagrams.
Yeah, I'm coming up to the last page here. I'm going to pick one more from the last page.
Each of you pick one, yeah.
Push myself to succeed.
Somewhat accurate.
Neutral.
Somewhat inaccurate.
And let's see, a good last one. Other people have stronger opinions than I do.
I am neutral.
Yeah, definitely neutral, because there are some things that I just have such
Oh
strong
my goodness.
opinions on, and some things that I don't.
I was saying that as a joke. I would say that's somewhat inaccurate.
Somewhat inaccurate.
I'm just going to stick with neutral.
So, Ephraim's the only one that has like extreme different different results. So we'll let Ephraim go first. What was your main type?
Sorry,
Ow.
I'm yawning.
You just elbowed my shoulder big time.
All right, what was your main type, Ephraim?
I am a 98% 2.
Which
Type
is
2 can be described as the giver. 2s want to be liked and find ways that they can be helpful to others so that they can be loved and belong.
Yep.
So, TJ and I have the same number 1, which is we are mainly a type 4, and it is a 98% match for me.
It was a 97 for me.
And type 4s are known as the individualists. 4s want to be unique and live life authentically and are highly attuned to their emotional experience. And I wonder sometimes if we have a similar first type, because of the fact that, in a way, we were each the oldest. In a way.
Right, yeah. And we were so far apart, too. I think that doesn't help anything.
Yeah, you were the middle child. Are you catching Pokemon?
Yes, he is, because he's getting bored again.
There is a Dratini here.
Oh, Dratini's going to be here for like the next week. You can just let it go.
Exactly.
So, anyway, and then my next one was a type 5, which was a 97% match, which is the investigator. 5 seek understanding and knowledge, and the more comfortable they are, they're more comfortable with data than people. And then my third one, and I'll let Ephraim go with his second and third, and TJ go with his second and third. My third one is an 8, which is also known as the challenger. 8 see themselves as strong and powerful and seek to stand up for what they believe in.
Alright, type 3 was my second one with an 84% match. It was known as the achiever. 3s want to be successful and admired by others, by other people, and are very conscious of their public image. 4, as the individualist, 4s want to be unique and live life authentically and are very highly attuned to their emotions and experiences. Wait, how come that was number 3?
You need to
5...
see... No. Go look for your percentages. Make sure that's your highest percentage-wise.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it all
look
depends
at
on your
this.
percentages.
Hold on. So you are you might be an 8 more than a 3. So you're a 2.
Yeah, look at your percentages right under the numbers.
Look at 7 and 8. They look like they might be closer. So those might not be Ephraim's. Ephraim is definitely, what, a 3 to begin with?
A 2. He's definitely a 2.
He's definitely a 2. He might not be 3.
A 2 and a 7 is what it looks like.
So what's 7?
4% more.
Okay, what's 7?
7 is described as the enthusiast. 7s want to have as much fun and adventures as possible. Yep. And they are easily bored.
Yep.
As I was sitting here playing Pokemon Go.
This is true. This is extremely accurate.
So are you 2, 7, and 3, or are you 2, 7, and 8?
I am 2, 7, and 3. 8 is 57.
Okay.
Actually, 9 is 79 as well. Type 9 is called the peacemaker. 9s like to keep a low profile and let the people around them set the agenda.
Sometimes.
Makes sense too.
Yeah, sometimes.
So, TJ, what was your second?
So, I'm a 4, but my second was a 6, and 6 is known as the skeptic. 6s are preoccupied with security, seek safety, and like to be prepared for problems. And I would say that last part isn't as much. I remember that my 6 was like a 92. So, I mean, I can see that. And then 5 is going to be the investigator. Seeks understanding and knowledge and are most comfortable with data than people. I mean, sometimes I'm like that. Yeah, I would say I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone a lot more lately. I'm just trying to be around people a little bit more. But yeah, I would say I'm definitely more comfortable in my mind sometimes than I am around people. And I would say you guys probably see that a lot in me as well, especially when I'm around in family events and stuff like that. I would say I'm definitely sometimes more safe in situations.
Right.
Yeet.
So, Ephraim
Yeet.
doesn't share anything.
That doesn't surprise me.
Because I'm cool like
We
that.
share 4 and 6 though. So
No, 4 and 8.
4. You and I?
Yeah.
No, we share 4 and 5.
No. Oh.
Because you're 90. Because I don't have a.
Yeah,
high
you're
8.
right. You're right.
8. Everything else is pretty low after that.
That's what I was trying to see. Yep, no. Ephraim and I don't share 1.
That's not terribly surprising.
And it kind of is surprising to me that we shared 2, honestly. It was not as surprising that we shared 1, but when we shared 2, it was kind of surprising. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's a little bit more about us, you know. So we got a suggestion that sometimes we can just do maybe a life update, or I think one of the suggestions was we could. One of the suggestions we got was that we could do rants every week. Did you get that?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
So I don't know that we're gonna do that, but we're starting to get some suggestions and compile a couple different things. I guess for the last few minutes of this podcast, we can just give you a little life updates about what's going on. So Mother's Day is in 2 weeks. It'll be my first Mother's Day.
It'll be my
2
15th.
days, not 2 weeks.
2 days. Oh yeah, I did say 2 weeks.
It'll be my 16th Mother's Day.
Okay, but you're not a mom. That's why it's my first Mother's
Nor are
Day.
you a
It's
dad.
hard to be a single mother when you're when you don't have any kids and you're a teen adult. When you're a teen male.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So, Hadassah is starting to try crawl. That's kind of huge as of the first week in May, since this is going to go out a different time frame than when we're recording it.
Yeah, this will be like more towards the end of May at this point.
She is growing like a weed in some ways and slow in other ways. So,
Yep.
Like teething.
whoo boy! So the bottom teeth are all the way pushed through. Now we're just waiting on them top teeth.
She
And
looks.
then-
Yeah, she looks so.
She
much
looks like a
older
gremlin.
now. Yeah, she looks. She looks like
Yeah.
she's growing so fast. She is a literal. She's the physical embodiment of the boss baby.
Anyway,
My update is that I was in the Sanford Herald yesterday. Me and my mom got interviewed, and yeah, I didn't realize that they were gonna take exactly what I said word for word, and now it looks really stupid on their website.
what did you say?
I said, I think Dad's taking Mom to Texas Roadhouse or something. And that's exactly what was put underneath my face.
And Mom has this really
Oh.
sweet sentimental thing, and then
Oh.
right beside it is Ephraim just sitting there in the paper. We might have to show that on screen. That is just the funniest thing
Oh,
ever.
my goodness.
Oh my word.
Was the question, what are you doing for your mom for Mother's Day?
What are you doing to celebrate Mother's Day?
I
Oh,
guess
my
Dad's
word.
taking her out to Texas Roadhouse. That's too
Okay.
much.
Oh, you gotta love it. You have to love it.
So that's apparently not what Ephraim's doing. He's just gonna sit home and celebrate Mother's Day from his comfort of his. Oh, I guess
No,
he
I
actually
have
has a show, his last show.
Yeah.
Okay, and recently I've been working on the Country Cabaret with Temple Theater, and we're coming up to do our last show. The first show of this week was yesterday night, and then I'm going to do another one tonight.
That was actually, that was a really good show. We went to see it last weekend from when we're recording this, but I was just thoroughly impressed. I really enjoyed it, so.
I liked it better than the Valentine's Day one.
Really?
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I just felt like it was a better show because there was more like movement going on. It actually felt somewhat like
There
a
was
show.
a lot less movement than last time.
A lot less dancing maybe, but like a lot more of like you felt like you were a part of the show in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's meant to feel like a bar.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yep.
So what about your update, Teej?
For me, I am finishing up school finally. I'm finishing up with Calculus 2, C#, English. I've actually finished most of my classes at this point, and
For this semester.
for this semester, yes. And technically, I am graduating from high school soon, so that's
We still have to do pictures.
that's literally the only thing that we have
My
left,
mom
so
won't
at
let
this
TJ
point-
graduate until
Literally,
he takes senior pictures.
Yeah, I was gonna say literally a graduation requirement.
Yes, it's,
TJ.
Because TJ can graduate, but he's like, I don't care. I don't
I'm
want
gonna
to
take my own
pictures.
graduation pictures. I'm just gonna go wear a cap and just walk in the middle of the woods
Excuse
and
me,
start taking
sir.
pictures.
Excuse me, that is not my fault that we have not gotten the pictures
No,
done.
I'm teasing
It's your
Mom.
fault.
I'm doing it as a tease to Mom. Those wouldn't actually be graduation pictures. She would be so mad.
It's your fault.
So yeah, and then Ephraim and I will be going up in a couple of weekends up to Teen Valley Ranch for training week. So we are excited about that. We're going to record a couple episodes ahead. So, and yeah, and then a couple weeks
And
after
then we're
that,
gonna
we get
try
to go
the
to
Beast Burger.
Asheville. Yeah, that Asheville vlog is going to be fun.
I'm hoping that we can do it. It's not fully set in stone yet.
Yeah.
If
But-
the baby stops growing, then we can go.
No, we don't want the baby to stop growing.
We need her to keep growing. That way she gets out of this phase right now.
Of course, let me
So.
tell you, when she was first born, I kept thinking, man, I'm going to miss something. I don't like this. She needs to stop growing. It's too much. It's too fast. And it really was. It's hard being a new parent. But
She's a weed.
Yep, she really is. So, anyway, that's it for this. That's it for this week. That's it for this week. And, we had fun, I guess.
Yeah.
A little bit different.
Keep coming with those suggestions. We love hearing what ideas you have for us. We definitely like this life. I like this life update thing. But we have open messages if you want to share anything.
Yep.
I have been TJ.
I'm Amber.
I'm Ephraim.
And we have been the Blondies. We are the Blondies, but we have been the Blondies. We will catch you guys next week. Thanks for joining.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Toodles.